Sir Topham Hatt arrived on board Thomas. "What are you doing, Henry?" asked Sir Topham Hatt. "You are causing confusion and delay." Henry told him all about the wishing tree. "Wishing trees don't run railways," said Sir Topham Hatt. "That's my job." "Out of my way," sniffed Gordon. "Express train coming through." Diesel had to back off. This made him cross. "You steamies are old and clapped out," he sneered. "When Sir Topham Hatt realizes this, you'll all be scrapped." "Scrapped?" scoffed Gordon. "Pah! I'm as fast as I ever was." But Diesel was soon up to his old tricks. First, he shunted Thomas under the hopper. "Cinders and ashes," spluttered Thomas. Then, when Thomas let off steam, Diesel sniffed loudly. "What's that horrible smell?" he cried. "Oh, it's just a stinky old steamy engine." "How rude," exclaimed Thomas. "No wonder Sir Topham Hatt is thinking of scrapping steamies." "I don't believe you," huffed Thomas. But he was upset. "You were a long time getting here," teased Duncan. "You're lucky I came at all," wheezed James crossly. "I've got an important job to do later. I'm taking some children to a concert." "Oh. Is doing 2 jobs in 1 day too hard for you?" Duncan chuffed cheekily. "Ha!" snorted James. "I can do more jobs in 1 day than you can. I'm really useful." This made Duncan cross. "How about a wee contest?" chuffed Duncan. "I bet I can take more coal to the villages faster than you can deliver it." "All right," puffed James. "You're on." "I'll show you who's fastest," chuffed Duncan. Later, when Thomas arrived at the washdown, there was James. "See? I have got the cleanest freight cars. You'll be here for hours getting yours cleaned," laughed James. Thomas was very cross.
"Hello, slow coach," she whistled. "I'm not being a slow coach," huffed Thomas. "I'm being reliable." "If you weren't a slow coach," Emily sniffed, "the Fat Controller would have given you my job." "I'm fast and reliable. That's why I'm taking the children." Emily looked very pleased with herself. This made Thomas cross. "I can be as fast as you," he huffed. "I'll race you to the next signal," Emily whistled, and she steamed quickly away.
"How many journeys have you done?" asked James brightly. "This is my first," said Thomas. "Ha!" huffed James. "I'm on my 3rd. I'm as red as a rocket and twice as fast." And he steamed quickly out of the station.
Duncan puffed up. "Are you looking for something, Thomas?" he chuffed cheekily. "I'm looking for a Christmas tree," tooted Thomas. "Don't you know what a Christmas tree looks like?" laughed Duncan. He liked teasing the big engines. "It's tall and green and pointy." Thomas didn't think this was funny at all. Duncan called out to Peter Sam. "Peter Sam, Thomas needs our help. He doesn't know what a Christmas tree looks like." "Of course I do," huffed Thomas. He didn't like being teased by the small, cheeky engines. It made him cross. Then James puffed in to deliver his paint. "Bust my boiler," he laughed. "You've broken down, Thomas." "No, I haven't," huffed Thomas. "You must have done," snorted James. "Otherwise you wouldn't be at the fitters' yard. What a shame you're not a smart and useful engine like me." This made Thomas cross. Later, Thomas met Sir Handel. Thomas, Sir Handel began, the Christmas tree is tall and green and pointy, chuffed Thomas. Thank you, Sir Handel, I don't need your help. Sir Handel was puzzled, but Thomas had already wished away. Thomas noticed something strange on Emily's truck. It was long and pointy, but it was covered up. Is that part of the surprise? He asked. That, said Emily, is for me to know and you to find out. And she puffed away.
Duncan was tricky. He liked to tease the big engines, especially Thomas. "Duncan," added Mr. Percival, "please look after Thomas." "Mr. Percival says that because you mainline engines don't know the tracks in the hills," Duncan teased. "Yes, we do. Mr. Percival wants me to work with you because you little engines can only carry small loads," teased Thomas back. Duncan huffed crossly away.
James, you are to collect the fireworks from the depot. James was overjoyed. Thomas wasn't happy at all. But I wanted to collect the fireworks, Thomas pouted. Sir Topham Hatt chose me because I'm as red as a rocket and twice as grand.
A few moments later.
Thomas found James broken down on the track. "Hello, busted boiler," teased Thomas. "You don't look very useful now." James was upset.
He whistled hello to Harry and Bert, but Harry and Bert laughed. "Caught out a whistle," chortled Bert. "Just listen to this." "Diesels can do everything better than steamies," they sneered. "My whistle's as good as your horns," puffed Percy crossly. "Just you wait and see."
A few moments later.
Later, Percy went back to the quarry. He rolled up behind Harry and Bert, took an extra big puff and blew as loudly as he could. Harry and Bert were surprised. "I told you my whistle is as good as your silly old honky horns," laughed Percy.
Thomas and Percy arrived at Tidmouth Sheds. "I've seen a spaceship," Percy whistled excitedly. "Huh," snorted Gordon. "What a foolish little engine." Thomas didn't like Gordon calling Percy foolish.
"Percy," she whistled, "I've had an idea. Let's play a game." Percy looked pleased. "I'll be the queen and I'll tell you what to do today," she said. "It'll be fun." Percy liked the idea of having fun. But Toby thought Emily's idea was silly. "You have to be clever to be a queen," he said wisely, "and know the right thing to do." "I always know what to do," huffed Emily. Toby laughed. That made Emily cross. "I'll show Toby that Queen Emily knows best," she wished. "Gordon will show you what to do," said the Fat Controller, and he left. "I'm an express engine," huffed Gordon. "I shouldn't be slowed down by a small engine like Percy." Suddenly the signal turned red. James applied his brakes and screeched to a halt. But Edward couldn't stop in time. "Sorry," puffed Edward. "I didn't have time to stop." "Don't worry," moaned James. "It was my fault for pushing in." "You're finally in a poster," chuckled Thomas. "Maybe you are good enough after all." But James didn't feel very good. He felt very silly. "You could pull 50 trucks," wished Thomas, "of iron and steel because you're Big Strong Henry." "Big Strong Henry?" huffed Gordon. "What nonsense!" "You'll see," tooted Thomas. "Pah!" Gordon wished grandly.
Meanwhile.
Gordon was feeling very proud of himself. Pa! Poor old Henry, he laughed. He's not big, strong Henry at all.
A few moments later.
Henry smiled. Even the strongest engine needs a little help sometimes, chuffed Henry. Don't you agree, Gordon? Gordon's face went as red as a signal.
At last, James arrived at the wharf. There was Duncan. You still haven't brought enough coal, teased Duncan. I thought you were supposed to be really useful. I'll soon be back with so much coal, puffed James. It will take you all winter to deliver it. Oh, we'll see, puffed Duncan.
Thomas was delighted until he saw who his rescuer was. It was Emily. I told you to go and get your snowplow, she said. Now look what has happened. Thomas was still cross. You should say sorry for bossing me about. I am sorry, said Emily. Sorry you didn't listen to me.
Rattler Gordon's keeping us all awake, peeped Percy. The only engines keeping other engines awake, huffed Gordon crossly, are little engines with very bad manners. But secretly he felt rather embarrassed. In the morning, Percy teased Gordon again. Rattlebox is awake at last, he puffed out loud. Gordon ignored Percy. He did not like being called names.
When Thomas arrived at the sheds, Spencer's boiler was still cold. You might be the fastest, shiniest and strongest engine, but you're the slowest to get fired up, Thomas tooted cheekily. Now it was Spencer's turn to feel very silly.
As Gordon waited to be put back on the rails, Percy arrived. Hello, Gordon, peeped Percy. I see you're not the cleanest engine anymore. Then James puffed up. I don't think you'll be pulling the express for a while, Gordon, joked James. Finally, Thomas arrived. Gordon's a mess, Gordon's a mess. He's the largest and jelliest, puffed Thomas cheekily. Here, sir, said Percy proudly. Isn't this the spirit of Sodor? Too busy, the famous artist sighed. Why, I do believe there is nothing special to paint on this island at all. Percy was so cross his boiler bubbled, and he went as red as James. Gordon thought the artist was very rude. Everywhere on Sodor is special, peeped Percy, and so are the people and the children and the engines. We are all special. Then he wheezed some steam.
Emily told him all about Gordon's record and collecting the special coaches. Gordon's not the only one who's special, Diesel oiled proudly. Well, there's nothing special about smelly old diesels, pouted Emily. I haven't time to listen to you. I have to collect more coal. And Emily steamed off. This made Diesel very cross, and he rattled away.
Thomas started to talk to Percy about his statue again. Please stop talking about the statue, peeped Percy. Thomas was surprised. No one wants to hear about it anymore. No one wants to talk to you anymore, Percy added crossly. And neither do I. Thomas was left all alone. No one was talking to him. Percy arrived safely with the last of the coal cars. I like your new coat of paint, he puffed cheekily. You do look splendid. James knew he should have listened. He didn't feel splendid anymore.
I'm sorry I biffed the trucks, he whistled quietly. But I'm sure we could take the dinosaur together. No, said Rheneas. I'll show Mr. Percival I can do it on my own. But when he arrived at the washdown, Emily was already there, covered in soap suds. Hurry up, I need to get clean for the inspection. There's no need for you to get clean, said Emily. I'm going to be the grandest engine there. I'll still win first prize, Thomas huffed, and he steamed off to help Percy.
A few moments later.
When Thomas got to the washdown, James was already there. I'm going to be the shiniest at the inspection, James sniffed. There's no point in you even being here.